The night was thick with silence, save for the occasional creak of the old Murphy house. Linda, a teenage babysitter, had just settled into the living room, the glow of her phone casting eerie shadows on the walls. Outside, the moon hung low, casting a pale glow over the quiet suburban street. It was supposed to be an easy night. The Murphy children were already tucked into bed, and their parents had promised to return late. Linda thought she'd pass the time finishing her homework and chatting with her boyfriend. But that night, something far more sinister awaited her. Linda's phone buzzed. She grabbed it eagerly, hoping it was her boyfriend. Instead, it was an unknown number. "Hello?" she asked. No answer, just static. Then click. Shrugging it off, she returned to her textbook. Minutes later, the phone rang again. This time, a chilling voice asked, "Have you checked the children?" Her breath hitched. "Mr. Murphy? Is that you?" Silence. Then the line went dead. Unease prickled at her skin, but she convinced herself it was a prank. The calls kept coming. "Have you checked the children?" The voice persisted, each time more menacing. Panic began to set in. She called the restaurant where the Murphys were dining, only to learn they had left 45 minutes ago. Now genuinely frightened, Linda dialed 911. The dispatcher's voice was calm but firm. "Try to keep him on the line. We'll trace the call." The phone rang again. This time, the voice sneered. "Why haven't you checked the children?" Her stomach turned. She couldn't ignore it anymore. Slowly, she approached the staircase, every creak of the old wood amplifying her fear. But halfway up, her phone buzzed again. "It's me," the voice whispered. "Why did you turn the lights down?" Her heart stopped. He was watching her. She screamed into the phone. "Who are you? What do you want?" After a long, chilling pause, the voice replied, "Your blood. All over me." Linda slammed the phone down, shaking uncontrollably. Moments later, it rang again. This time, it was the dispatcher. Linda listened carefully. "We traced the call. It's coming from inside the house. Get out. Now." Her blood ran cold. She bolted for the front door, fumbling with the locks, but the chain at the top slowed her down. Behind her, a door creaked open. She turned, and her eyes met the silhouette of a man emerging from the children's bedroom. The light from the room framed him, his hands glistening with something dark. Blood. The door flew open, and Linda stumbled onto the porch, colliding with a police officer, his gun drawn. Relief washed over her, but only briefly. The officer stormed inside, and moments later, emerged with the intruder in handcuffs. Linda's knees buckled as she saw him up close. His clothes were drenched in crimson, his face emotionless. Inside, the house was silent. Too silent. She covered her ears, unable to bear what she already knew. The children were gone. All of them. The man's blood-streaked face twisted into a grin as he was hauled away. Even as the sun began to rise, the terror of the night lingered. Linda could still hear his voice echoing in her mind. "Have you checked the children?"